Anyway, let's see what Undead Chronic is up to. This is a video entitled, "It's Good to Be a Menace to This Society." Baja, thanks for 22 months. Says, "Love you, beautiful." Well, thank you very much. I love you too.
We have a hater in here. Her name is Mama of 10. Now you might be thinking, wow, she must have started early to give birth to 10 children. No, Mama of 10, really the full name is Mama of 10 Novel HPV Strains. She's been passed around so much. All these viruses are starting new strains, new species, new serotypes inside her puniti hole, like it's Twister with different genes.
I forgot how gross Undead Chronic was.
But she says to Chronic, "You're a menace to society." And she said that after she flagged my video.
I don't think Chronic is a menace to society as much as he's just a really cringy, red pill, MGTOW, like, weirdo who's really bitter about society and whatever's going on in his life, clearly. He's funny more than anything, but not in the way he intends. He's funny in the way that you just look and you're like, oh god, this is a human being that exists? But anyway, Tucker White says, "Oh Christ, this is gonna be some slut-shaming, isn't it?" Yeah.
And I thought it was important enough to...
Yeah, he's a lol cow.
To tell the truth.
And let me be clear, if I'm calling you a lol cow, you have fiercely fucked up in your life somehow.
You know, there's so many lies in the mainstream media. There's so many lies in the manosphere. There's...
Who's grosser, Undead Chronic or Call? Ooh, that's tough. I'd say Undead Chronic is grosser. Call is worse, though, as a person. But Undead Chronic is gross. Like, he's...
So many liars saying they're red pill, saying they're jacked, saying they don't simp. Chronic will tell you the truth. I am indeed a menace to society.
Ooh, he's badass.
I'm a threat.
Cat, what would you like me to wear for the hats off? Let me know in the chat.
I am oil in a glass of ice water. I stick
horns, cool,
out like a sore green thumb to your society, to this Western society. Mama of 10. Haters, feminists, cockboys, and those who can't bench more than 3 plates.
I like that he thinks being single and bitter about it and smoking weed on the internet makes him a badass. I'm so badass! I don't have anyone who likes me! Look at how badass I am! The fewer people that like me as a human being, the better I'm doing. 'Cause fuck society. It's not that society deems me to be kinda gross or repugnant in my attitudes. Good! I didn't want you anyway, society! Alright. Stromboli for Wi-Fi, thanks for 16 months, says, "Sup, Hannah, I have nothing to say aside from balls." Nice.
I'm a menace to society.
What's this image from? The Road Warrior. Mad Max 2. The Road Warrior.
I'm a threat.
This is the villain from Mad Max 2. The leader of the bandits. Lord Humongous!
Your society is dysgenic. Your society promotes, subsidizes, and pays for the propagation of weak genes.
Oh, is this gonna get, oh god, why can't I think of the word now? Is this gonna get eugenicsy? I'd rather this not get eugenicsy.
Your society has created an entire ecosystem for the production of bastards. Your auntie get carjacked in the city? Probably a bastard that did it.
What the fuck is he talking about?
Your daughter gets sexually assaulted on...
Oof. This is gonna be bad. Baja says, "A message from MMO Addicted. Thank you for the support." My husband has safely crossed the border. Or my family has safely crossed the border. The thing scrolled as I did that and it fucked me up. Thank you for the support. My family has safely crossed the border. Transit required them to abandon a lot of their things, and we're slowly replacing them, purchasing used ones. If you'd like to help, and I insist that this is not nearly as urgent as it was, here's my PayPal link. There's a link to MMO Addicted's PayPal. Right now, the biggest expense is getting a carriage for the infant and a laptop for the mom to let her work on getting her degree recognized in Poland. Yeah, so MMO Addicted is dealing with family coming from Ukraine because, of course, of what's going on there with Russia invading. So if you can help out MMO Addicted, there is a PayPal link in the chat. Stone Corbell says, getting awfully fashy in here. Tucker White says, did 2016 ever really end? And D with Goblin says, I'm a threat to society, says the sad, lonely chud thinks that his little videos are a threat to society rather than another pitiable, greasy drop in an entire ocean full of internet man-baby tears.
The streets? Probably a bastard that did it. Your catalytic converter gets yeeted from under your car while you're trying to go on a Target run. Probably a couple bastards that did it.
Does he mean this literally? Is he blaming all crime on individuals without fathers? Because that's just demonstrably untrue.
Your society, haters, simps, feminists, is dedicated, is worshipping the toxic ideology of feminism.
Well, this is going well so far. Good morning, comrade with $1 says, MGTOW equals obsessed online about absolutely everything women do and who think they do it with. Make it make sense. Tucker White says, pro tip, if a CIA agent hasn't come to disappear you, you aren't really a threat to society. Probably true.
There should be no consequences, because as long as you can steal money from subservient, simpish men who have lost the testicular fortitude required to say no, you're allowed to keep on having bastards.
Fun fact, smoking a lot of weed and THC in general has been shown in some studies to reduce testosterone in men. Reminder that Undead Chronic is a man who is very obsessed with his T levels, and his entire identity is based around smoking weed. Just an observation.
But violence against women. But the drug trade. But addiction. But healthcare. But my economy. My GDP. I don't care. I don't care about violence against women. I don't care about your GDP. I don't care about violence in the streets.
Wait, you just did a thing where you were talking about people getting mugged or robbed from. Now you don't care? Why did you even bring it up then?
I don't care about any kind of...
There it is. Did this guy get blocked by Belle Delphine or something?
drug
Nick says, we tried eugenics a century ago, moron.
epidemic. STD epidemic. Respiratory viral epidemic. I don't care. I do not care at all about any kind of aspect of health of this decrepit, narcissistic, consumer-driven society. It fully exists to punish righteous men and reward fat, lazy whores.
That's true. I'm a fat, lazy whore. I'm doing pretty well, if I might say so.
So when I make videos and I act like a dumb, drunk stoner,
act.
making fun of fat women, making fun of bastards, making fun of feminists, I am talking on a level that those who enjoy the society and support it understand. You don't understand genetics. You don't.
My fiance is a PhD candidate in developmental genetics, and she also thinks you're cringe, just for the record. I think she understands genetics better than you. You know what? I'm not even going to couch that kindly. She knows more about genetics than you.
You don't understand.
Oh, there she is in the chat. Baja. LMAO. Exclamation point like 9 times. T with Coplin says, back in my stripper days, I knew a guy who did fetish acts at our club now and then. He used to balance kilo weights off his balls and would staple dollars to his ball sack. Nice guy. That dirty old wonderful old bastard had testicular fortitude, Chronic. You just have unresolved anger issues.
Epigenetics. Wow, I just put a syllable in front of a word you don't understand.
I know what epigenetics is. Not as well as Baja. Baja says he doesn't even know what epigenetics means, I promise.
Now it's twice as scary.
Ooh, polysyllabic words. I'm shaking.
You don't understand the sexual marketplace. You don't understand any of that. When I say you, I'm talking to the average supporter of feminism. They don't trust the science. They trust the TV. Some 5'3" government bureaucrat who has never had to defend his theses.
Wait. Why are we doing height now? Do we live in Invader Zim universe where governmental roles are determined by height? Tucker White says, is the level this guy's speaking on Michigan Central Station because it's outdated and in desperate need of an overhaul? Baja says he took one biology class and thinks he knows everything about genetics somehow.
In front of more than 10 other government bureaucrats, puts on his white coat, smirks in front of the camera.
Is he talking about Fauci? Because Fauci, like, has a doctorate. I'm not saying you have to like him as, like, a person, but he has a doctorate. He knows what he's talking about. What?
Probably beats off to the thought of torturing monkeys and beagles and says, I am the science! Don't question me! And you plebs follow him, thinking that you support the science.
Baja says, I'm only 5 foot and I'm going to defend my thesis in a couple of years. Yeah.
You don't. Well, you wouldn't know if science is if I walked into your house at 3 a.m. wearing nothing but my lab coat and left an imprint of the glands of my penis on your forehead.
Why do you have a lab coat?
With my 3A assembly instructions written on it. But when Undead Chronic smokes a blunt and compares your failing bodies to 80-year-old, almost 80-year-old software systems breaking down in the public commons, in the pipelines, and I compare the rolls of fat that you, your sisters, your mothers, your aunts have coming out of your yoga pants, I'll compare it to the batter that leaks outside
Logarth says, kinky science roleplay. Don't see that very often.
of a cheap waffle maker in a 3-star hotel at their continental breakfast.
You ever notice people like this that, like, comment a lot on people's looks and weight, never show themselves? Undead Chronic doesn't show himself on this channel, to my knowledge. And I don't care what he looks like. I don't care what his weight is. Like, but isn't it funny that the very people whose entire shtick is commenting on the way people look don't show themselves and offer themselves up for the same criticism? Feels a little projecty.
When you put 2 cups of batter in the waffle maker thinking you get twice as big as a waffle and it just overflows. Looks just like your love handles, fatty.
Why are you making a big waffle? Waffle makers have a specific size. Tucker White says, boy, this man's argument is so well structured and in no way totally disjointed.
Say it like that, you understand. You don't feel good about yourself. Ugh, Green Man's so mean.
No, you're just, like, really, really funny.
I need to bring myself down to your level to give my message. And you are so stupid. The only message you can understand that I could relay to you is a roast.
Ah, you're not stupid. You can only just speak like a stupid person to relate to the normies. Good defense.
That's it. Emotional men don't respond to reasonable arguments. That's why commies come on here, get triggered, and scream about me, and project their sexual degeneracy on me.
I would not want to project any of my sexual degeneracy onto you, sir. You do not deserve it.
Do you know who shares the viewpoint of emotional men? Feminine men? The majority of...
Does he know that frustration and anger are also emotions? What's with people like this? They're like, men shouldn't be emotional, and then they're like the most rage-driven, frustrated, angry, bitter people on the planet. Those are all emotions. You've just learned to only do the bad emotions that make you feel bad. Learn to use your other ones. You might feel better.
Of women. So yeah, your feminine, weak society is disgusting to me.
Okay.
It's absolutely repulsive.
Okay, cool. And society thinks you are too, so it's perfect. This is mutual then. It's a mutual breakup. You go sit in your basement and smoke a blunt, and we'll all continue enjoying our lives to the best of our abilities. Sounds good.
And so I fight back like an online green-skinned extremist. And you say, you're a menace to society. Your society is a steaming pile of manure. There's one use for it. One use. Fertilizer.
I like that he thinks he's James Dean, but he's not James Dean, he's more like Tommy from The Room. He thinks he's James Dean, but he's Tommy Wiseau in reality. That's how I'd put it. Thrash Mio says, I remember Spock being highly logical. Remember, even Spock came to the conclusion eventually. Logic is not the end of wisdom. It is the beginning. Thrash Mio... Nope, I read that one. Nope, that is a different one. Thrash Mio says, I remember Spock being highly logical and raging. That's because he was undergoing the Vulcan period of Ponfar. That's when he smashed that computer. Dun 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 dun. Alright, anyway, moving on.